Hey guys, do you want to go grab some boba?
No, we are far too tired to move. Can we just order delivery instead? Ice Bear agrees with Panda.
The morning sun poured golden light through the towering pine trees, painting the forest in warm shades of green and gold. Birds filled the air with cheerful songs while a gentle breeze carried the scent of fresh flowers across the hills. It looked like the beginning of a perfect day, yet hidden deep inside the peaceful forest, three best friends were about to face a challenge that would test the strength of their friendship in ways they had never imagined. Before the sun set, they would learn that true family is not always the one you are born into, but the one that chooses to stand beside you through every storm, every fear, and every impossible moment. Before we begin, if you believe kindness, friendship, and second chances can change lives, please like this video, comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Single Dad Empire. Your support helps us bring more heartwarming stories just like this one. Deep inside the evergreen valley lived three unusual friends. There was Bruno, a cheerful brown bear whose heart was far bigger than his body. There was Coda, a quiet black bear who loved reading, drawing maps, and solving problems. Then there was Nico, a tiny white mountain bear whose calm mind often helped everyone stay hopeful even during difficult times. Although they looked different and had completely different personalities, they shared one dream: to spend every day together, helping others and protecting the beautiful forest they called home. Every morning they followed the same routine. Bruno collected berries for breakfast while happily humming songs. Coda explored nearby trails searching for rare flowers and interesting rocks to sketch in his notebook. Nico quietly prepared fresh water from a nearby spring and carefully watered the small garden they had planted outside their wooden treehouse. Life was simple, peaceful, and filled with laughter. One bright afternoon, while delivering fruit to an elderly rabbit who could no longer gather food alone, the friends noticed something unusual. The forest had become strangely silent. Even the birds had stopped singing. Suddenly a frightened squirrel came running down the trail with tears in his eyes. He explained that a terrible storm the previous night had caused a massive tree to collapse across the only bridge leading to the eastern side of the forest. Several animal families were trapped there with little food and no safe way to cross the rushing river. Without thinking about the danger, Bruno immediately grabbed a thick rope. Coda packed his notebook, tools, and supplies, while Nico quietly filled a bag with medicine, blankets, and fresh water. None of them stopped to wonder whether the journey would be too difficult. Helping others had always mattered more than their own comfort. The closer they came to the river, the stronger the current became. The beautiful stream they had crossed hundreds of times had transformed into a roaring river. Broken branches floated rapidly downstream while muddy water crashed against enormous rocks. Standing on the riverbank, the three friends realized the bridge had completely disappeared. For the first time that day, fear entered Bruno's heart. His strength alone would not be enough. Coda carefully examined every possible path but found nothing safe. Nico quietly looked around until he noticed a fallen tree stretching partway across the river. It wasn't enough to reach the other side, but it gave them hope. Working together, Bruno pushed heavy logs into place while Coda tied strong vines around them. Nico patiently checked every knot and carefully balanced each piece. Hours passed beneath the warm afternoon sun. Their paws became sore, their fur covered with dirt, and exhaustion slowly crept into every step. More than once the unfinished bridge nearly collapsed, but every time one friend felt like giving up, the other two reminded him why they had started. At last the makeshift bridge stood strong enough for them to cross. One by one they carefully reached the opposite side where frightened families waited with worried faces. Tears of relief filled the eyes of young animals as food, blankets, and medicine were finally delivered. Bruno spent the afternoon carrying heavy supplies to older animals. Coda repaired damaged homes using fallen branches, while Nico comforted frightened children by telling gentle stories about hope, courage, and brighter days ahead. Although none of them expected anything in return, the grateful families smiled with hearts full of appreciation. Just when everything seemed peaceful again, another challenge appeared. A tiny fox cub had wandered into the forest during the storm and become separated from his parents. The little cub trembled beneath a large bush, frightened and hungry. No one knew where his family had gone. Instead of continuing home, the three friends decided to help once more. They searched through sunny meadows, rocky hills, and peaceful lakes. They followed tiny paw prints, broken branches, and even listened carefully to distant cries carried by the wind. As daylight slowly faded into a warm golden evening, hope began slipping away. Bruno blamed himself for not searching faster. Koda worried they had missed an important clue. Even calm little Nico silently wondered whether they would succeed before darkness arrived. Then something wonderful happened. A family of bluebirds flew overhead in circles before landing on a nearby tree. Their unusual behavior caught Koda's attention. Looking carefully, he noticed fresh footprints leading toward an old cave hidden behind flowering bushes. The three friends hurried toward the cave and heard soft cries echoing from inside. Moments later, the frightened fox parents rushed out, overwhelmed with joy as they reunited with their missing cub. Tears flowed freely as the little family embraced beneath the warm evening sky. Watching the reunion filled every heart with happiness. Bruno smiled so widely his cheeks hurt. Koda quietly closed his notebook, knowing no drawing could ever capture such a beautiful moment. Nico simply looked toward the sunset, grateful they had never stopped believing. News of their kindness spread throughout Evergreen Valley. Animals from every corner of the forest gathered the following day beneath the tallest oak tree. Instead of giving expensive gifts, each family brought something meaningful: a basket of fresh fruit, handmade blankets, flowers, wooden carvings, and heartfelt letters thanking the three friends for reminding everyone that kindness grows stronger when it is shared. Bruno realized true strength was not lifting heavy logs but lifting discouraged hearts. Koda learned that the greatest adventures were not found on maps but in moments of compassion. Nico discovered that even the smallest act of kindness could inspire an entire community. From that day forward, the forest changed forever. Animals no longer waited for someone else to help. Neighbors supported neighbors. Young animals volunteered to care for the elderly. Families planted new trees together and rebuilt every damaged path stronger than before. One simple act of friendship had created a ripple of hope that touched every life in Evergreen Valley. Years later, visitors who entered the forest often wondered why every creature seemed unusually kind. The answer was always the same. Long ago, three ordinary friends chose kindness over comfort, courage over fear, and friendship over selfishness. Their example became a story told from generation to generation, reminding everyone that heroes are not those who wear crowns or possess great power. Heroes are those who never stop helping others, even when no one is watching. If this heartwarming story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and leave a comment telling us what friendship means to you. And don't forget to subscribe to Single Dad Empire so you never miss another emotional story filled with hope, kindness, and unforgettable moments.